last time we were all
feel the
together,
love.
we were all together at Jimmy Kimmel's
Yes.
show, and you announced this book.
And was it finished yet at that moment?
No.
Right.
No, it was not. And let me just tell you something. It started out as a wonderful thing to do. Mm-hmm. And then it got really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you have to finish something.
Yeah.
I'm not good at finishing.
Yeah.
So they said, and we want to hear all the stories. 400 pages. We want to hear all the stories. 5, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Right.
I walk in, 1,000-page
Yes.
book. I'm ready to be, this is War and Peace.
Right.
We've got everything, right? And then they said, we have to cut things out. Like what?
Yeah, right.
So now we are cutting it down. I'm not enjoying this. And then you have to go back and remember things that you never want to think about again in your life.
Right.
Can you tell us about your parents and when they passed away? No, I don't want to talk about that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and then, so as time went on, I'm now with my friends out in public, and I'm crying like a baby at the table. And they said, Lionel has a problem.
Right.
No, it's just that I'm writing this book. I'm so glad it's finished, but the reception has been bad.
When we saw you, you had the 1,000-yard stare of a person in the
on a
throes
deadline.
of writing a book.
Yeah.
On a deadline.
And the problem that really bothers me is it's not like a listening party where it's 3 minutes and 45 seconds
Sure.
is a record. 3
Right.
minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah.
This is 2.5 years of putting this book together. And then people walk up to you and say, oh my God, I read the book and let me tell you about that story you told. And I go, how do you know that about me? Then you realize, oh, it's in the book.
It's in the book.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the book is beautifully written. No surprise, you are a masterful writer. But do you take us back in time a little bit about, you know, I know your parents were really all about the education, and when your child chooses a career in music, you're like, what have we done?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
How did we fail?
Were they supportive?
Well, all parents want the kid to go to school and come back a doctor,
Yes.
a lawyer,
Yes.
you know, whatever it is that we're going to be successful. That's my son. And I showed up at the house freshman year with a group of guys with an afro like this who wanted to wear platform shoes. And so it got to be to the point where my father just couldn't understand, but he'll get it out of his system.
Right.
You understand how
Right.
that works?
Let him get it out of his system.
And then we went out on tour, found of all things the Jackson 5 to go out on tour with.
Wow.
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 Right? Everybody's this big.
Yes, right.
You know.
Right.
And the bug hit. In other words, wow. Of course, we opened at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So all of a sudden, you know, it's not a club anymore. This
No.
is serious business.
Right.
And
It's
then-
not a phase.
It's not a phase. And then we watched Michael, and they were bumming money backstage to pay for the limo. I'm being honest. And then at the end of the show, they made $200,000. And I said, I don't know what business this is, but I'm in this business.
Yes, right.
Follow me?
Yeah.
Right.
And then you keep going, and finally you realize there's so much here. So my next thing is I now drop out of school.
Ooh.
In my senior year.
No.
Senior year, first semester, senior year.
Did you make a promise that you'd go back and finish?
Yes, but
Okay.
before that, it's the death threats. So I got to tell you, you asked me how were my parents. My mother was a loving person. Grandma was a loving person.
Yes.
My dad was a terrorist.
Right.
So my dad has that great line where there he is, and he said, son, you have 2 or more kids for the ignorant factor.
What?
He says, we have now discovered the ignorant factor.
No.
And no, he was because he's clear about education, born and raised on a university campus. It's about education.
That's correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about, come on, right?
Right.
Not happening.
Rock and roll.
Now, let me tell you when all that changed. The check
Yes.
came in
Yes.
to my dad's house, and I heard my father go, it's the job of a parent to stand firmly behind the child